Say, you know, no matter what anybody tells you, if you've got something that you actually want to do and that you really put your mind to, you really, manifest it and have that strong mindset, then you can really do anything.
We are here with Yjaybeats, a young super producer, with credits like Meek Mill, Lil Uzi Vert, Tracey, Russmillions, Asían Doll, Poundz, Bandokay, Lovee, to mention a few. To start off, I want you to talk about your childhood, how where you come from, influencing your sound. So just tell us more about you.
As a kid, I've always liked music. I've always been doing music, so I've been drumming since I was like 6. So I've always kind of been around music, and it was only right for me, I feel like, to get into the music scene, growing up. So ever since young, I've been just messing around with producing, Logic, FL Studio. I've just been messing around, and it just got to a point where now I started getting myself, working with artists with a certain degree of hype to their name. And I was like, this could actually be a career path for me. Started, working hard. I'm in the studio almost every day. Or doing something music related every single day. So, literally, I'm just trying to do that. And that's what I've been doing my whole life, really. So, yeah.
Yeah, I see. So, what did you make you start producing?
What made me start producing? So, I was a drummer, right? So, I've always been about rhythm. Rhythm is always, for me, one of the most important things in a song. So, I just ended up, after I learned drumming, I kind of got bored of it for a little bit. Got my laptop, downloaded Logic, and just started, messing around with it. When I was 13, I made my first ever beat on my phone. I was bored in an airport, waiting for a delayed flight. Just was like, fuck it, let me just try out GarageBand, make a beat. And I was like, this is actually kind of fun, So I was like, yeah, cool. Started messing around on GarageBand, and I started remaking songs that were already out. So, for example,
like remixing
the beat basically, and just YouTube tutorials essentially, and then from then I just learned how to kind of the basics of music production. Ended up downloading Logic, just started working on Logic, YouTube tutorials, just messing around with it. Ended up teaching myself, and now I got here.
Yeah, as a young producer, cause how old are you?
I just turned 17 2 months ago, so I'm young.
No, but you're doing really good though.
Thank you.
So I'm saying, as a young producer, how do you overcome your struggles, to keep yourself motivated, to get what you need to get?
I mean, shit, there's been so many times where I've felt demotivated, where I'm like, you know what, I'm not really trying to do this no more. I feel like comes with every industry that you're in. No matter whether you're doing music, filming, whatever it is that you're doing, there's always going to be times when you're feeling discouraged, you're feeling like, shit, is this really worth it? But, what I would say kept me going is just the people around me, my friends, people from the ends that just kind of keep me afloat and help me get to where I want to get. My manager over here, Haroon, keeps me afloat. And essentially I just told myself, if I really want to do this, if this is what I really want to do, then there's no point in me giving up. I got this far, so I'm not going to give up now, kind of thing. And essentially that.
Yeah. How did you get your first placement?
My first placement was 2-3 years ago, so I don't even remember. But literally, it was just a collab with one of my guys called King Universe. We just made a beat together. He ended up getting it placed with some American guy. Ended up getting a couple hundred views. It wasn't that big. But
it's not about that though.
It took me 2 years to get my first placement. 2 years of just straight grinding, making beats just to get that first, that first placement with an artist. And it was. I remember when I got it, it was an amazing feeling. And that's.
And you talk about that feeling because you know what, even though if it was 2 views, that is your first placement, that is the first, you were an artist to rap on your beat.
I was like, bro, someone actually used my work. No way it's actually happening. I'm like, right, okay, so essentially, that's kind of how I got it. And from then, just the more I worked, the more they just kept coming, and then literally.
Do you have any producer kit, or are you working in any producer kit?
I've had a drum kit out. I think it's terrible. I released it ages ago. I think it's horrendous, so I've taken it down. And I've had a loop kit out as well that I've taken it down. But
like, are you planning like to
I feel
go there?
I feel like, yeah, you know what? Once I kind of have the time for it, I will kind of dabble around. And I feel like, you know, me over time, a lot of the sounds I use, I make myself. But, you know, I don't just sit there making sounds specifically for a drum kit, really. I just kind of make them as I go along. So I feel like I'll just get to a point where I've made so many sounds, I just stuff them all in the kit.
You see, when it comes to like the sounds, do you record sounds out there? Like, are you like really looking for new sounds?
I mean...
Or you just like...
Not really now. I would say that was more when I was still learning the art of producing. I would say that's when I was doing that. But like now, you know, I feel like I've gotten a common amount of sounds, and you know I'm comfortable with using them. I know kind of what I'm doing to an extent, you know, and yeah, essentially that.
Okay, so if you have to choose a mentor, like who would it be and why?
I've got Haroon over here now. Had people in the past, like, you know, my mentor Vero, he helped me out a lot. People that I used to work with in the youth club that I used to go to.
Okay.
People. I'll say someone like 808 Mello. I really fuck with 808 Mello. I feel like he's got some of the hardest beats out here. And, you know, he's also from London. He's like me, so we both came up from London. So I feel like someone like Mello who's gotten so far. You know, that would be amazing to have someone like him.
So, what is your favorite sound or instrument that you like to use on a beat?
See me.
Like, where would you go first? Like when you started, like should I go like with the piano or?
You see me, right? I'm like I said, I like rhythm a lot, so I'm a lot more of a drum guy than I'm a melody guy. I don't know music theory to save my life, really. Like I don't really know too much. So more time, if I'm making like a beat and I'm like using a loop or something, I'll just go straight on, start with the hi hats, start with the claps, move on to the 808s, and just kind of build it up, block from there.
Okay. So like, you see when you get the loops, what is the first, or when someone is sending you loops, what is the first thing that you work on?
More time with loops, I like my loops to be quite dark. Or, you know what, actually, no, that's not true. It just depends on what vibe I'm going for. So if I'm feeling like I want to go for a dark, drilly vibe, I'll look for some dark, drilly loops. If I'm trying to go for something more industry, something more upbeat or melodic, or maybe not even drill, like trap, whatever, rap, or just really whatever I'm feeling in that moment. I like to make beats in the moment, so it's really just that.
Yeah, because like right now you're doing like mostly like drill, isn't it?
To be honest, in terms of the beats that I'm making like now, I don't really make drill like that no more. But obviously, I've had songs out that I'm known for drill, so a lot of people do know me as a drill producer. But I don't even really make drill like that no more. I don't really enjoy it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So what do you enjoy?
I enjoy like trap or rap. I really like Jersey. A lot of people hate on Jersey, yeah. But personally, I feel like Jersey's hard as shit. So Jersey, I like making Jersey because that's just fun.
And what do you think like? With do you think like rap is coming back, like the real rap? Yeah, because I've been seeing like a couple of artists really going over there, like to that side.
Yeah, I feel like to an extent rap has made a big impact on music. You know, you have people like Pot Paper, Clappers, you know, that are actually bringing it to the front line. But like at the moment, the UK needs something like new. That's what I would say. I feel like the UK needs a new kind of sound that is a mix and like a blend of everything that we've got so far. You know, we've got drill, you've got rap. This all kind of been around for a long time. We need something just fresh. And I feel like that would blow up the UK scene to a crazy level.
Like, do you have anything in mind? Like, are you looking to, you know, create that sound?
I mean, yeah, I'm hoping so. You know, it's just, like I said, I like being creative. I like mashing kind of different sounds and kind of different genres of music. You know, Jersey drill is kind of a thing that's bubbling right now, especially in America. Just a mix of Jersey and drill, and I feel like that could be a cool thing that's coming up. But I feel like stuff like 50 Cent, kind of, you know, I don't know if you know, Pump 101, Bad Digga D, songs like that. I feel like if more artists was to do them, they will definitely come back and make a big wave in the UK. I feel like, but we just need more artists to actually hop on that. What
do you do with those not finished beats? You know that one folder that you have there? And
more time? Yeah. Just depends. Sometimes I just delete them. Or just, sometimes I'll start a beat, this is hard. And then like 20 minutes later I'm like, yo, this beat is shit. And then just leave it and then never come back to it. or I'll send it out to someone to finish off, or I just come back and finish off myself. It just kind of depends, really. It's a bit of everything.
So like, don't you, like, I feel like it's, you know, those kind of beats, like some people will throw them, other people like you said, like, will redo it or send it to someone to finish it out. I don't feel like something to throw. I feel like it's something like to really keep. You never know, like with the years, you go back there and
that's true.
You know.
But I hear you. But it's gotten to a point where I make so many beats that like me just not finishing one. It's just like it doesn't have a massive impact.
Yeah.
I make so many. It's just like I try to come back to it, and if I'm feeling it when I come back to it, then I'll finish it. And if not, then I'll just leave it or send it off.
How many beats can you do, like a day, let's say?
Ooh.
A day that you feel
You see
motivated?
me, yeah.
Like...
You see me. I'm quite like, I'm either lazy or I'm just on my grind. So it's either there would be like a week I make 0 beats, but then there would also be a day where I make like 10.
Wow.
So it's really just like.
It depends. No?
You know, stuff like beat block. You know, when people aren't really feeling too expired. You know, I don't want to be making beats 24/7. You know, I still do have a life, but you know, I'm just trying to like. Balance it out. I can balance it out well enough, I thought.
Yeah. So, like, you see in your sessions, yeah, when the artist comes with the friends and everything, how do you handle the session? Like, do you have any rules?
Obviously, you know, you have the standard, just like, show me respect, I'll show you respect kind of thing, you know. I don't want it to be, I would never want an artist to come into a studio session with me and just start moving all crazy, acting like I'm like there for like the wrong reasons kind of thing. At the end of the day, I'm in a studio session to make music, to do work, and essentially just that. So when an artist comes, if they try to move crazy, they try and move, you know, I'll just tell them, I'll just tell them, find another studio to go to, really. But
okay. Have you ever been in a situation like where you have to do that, or you have to like put people
obviously
in the place,
I can't really say too much obviously, but there's been situations with artists that hasn't, you know, it's gotten a little bit techie, but for the most part, nah. For the most part, every artist that comes into the studio, you know, we would get along, there's always something there, and we would just enjoy making music together, so, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk, I want to talk like more about like the business side of the music industry, so like, I would like to know like how do you manage like the type of releases, like how do you normally sell your beats, like exclusive beats, non-exclusive beats? What are your deals like on that?
Well, with stuff like exclusive beats, obviously that's a lot bigger thing than just like a standard sell. When someone wants to buy a beat with me exclusively, I just send out, I got a page, right, with B-Stars Pro page, so if someone wants to buy a beat off my YouTube, they would go and it would automatically send them a contract and agreement, and then the money will come into my account, and then the beat and all the paperwork will go to them. But when it's like songs that are not from my YouTube, more time it's just a thing where my manager and my team kind of work with their managers and their team and just kind of do the business. I'm glad I got a strong team around me that actually like know what they're doing and help me with all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, essentially, when it comes to stuff like exclusive, I just have my team and their team work something out, and then yeah, we just go from there. But if it's just a normal beat sale, you know, $40, $50 now.
Okay.
And yeah, just a quick little release, essentially.
So like throughout your career, like when was the time that you said like, because you get those times like, you know what, I'm done, like, I'm not getting like what I need to get, or I'm not doing what I was expecting like to do. You know, like how do you, like in those moments, what happened for you to feel like, you know what, let me go harder, like to switch it up, like?
Obviously there's been times that I felt low, like not really trying to do this no more. But I feel like the only way to really overcome that is just ask yourself, you know, is this actually what you want to do? And me, the answer is yes. I've been always wanting to do music, so every time I get in those kind of moods, I'm like, cool, I could either cry here and just be a mess and then not get myself anywhere, or I could just put it to the side, be like, whatever, fuck it, and just keep doing what I'm doing and just keep pushing, kind of forget all the silly stuff that happens, you know, and just kind of work past that. And then hopefully, you know, it takes me somewhere.
Yeah, good answer. You know. So, how long did it take you like to feel that first check? Like,
What, as in like the first big money?
I said like, yeah.
It felt nice though. I remember when I first got it, I was like, I ran down to my mum, I'm like, Mom, look, I just made $1,000. Look at me, I'm lit. Like, and my mum was there like, oh, what, you're actually making like cool money off of this music shit. I'm like, listen, I told you. Because my mum always was like to me, you know, stay in school, do college, do all of this. Like, you know, I was never a school kid. I always hated people telling me what to do. I always hated, you know, going to school, having different opinions, like for all of that. I always just wanted to do my own thing. So when I actually proved to my mom that, yo, I can actually make cool money off of this and actually, you know, have something off of this, she was very surprised, but she was also happy for me. So I remember it was a cool day when that happened.
Yeah. Does that like music take you out, you know, of being in the street, of being, you know,
I mean,
wrong companies?
Obviously, you know, we live in London, so there's always some crazy shit going on. You know, I know a few people that have some crazy shit going on. You know, obviously just from the area that I grew up in. But essentially, you know, I always try to avoid that crowd because you can see it from a mile away, in my opinion. You know, people that don't have a strong mindset, people that are only in it just for some stupid shit.
What advice would you give like to like younger people like you? They want to really do something good with their life, and
I would say, you know, no matter what anybody tells you, if you've got something that you actually want to do and that you really put your mind to, you really, you know, manifest it and have that strong mindset, then you can really do anything, whether it's music, acting, fucking whatever you want to do. Like, if you're young and you're hungry and you got that drive, you can make it, and there's nothing stopping you from that. And no matter what no one says, people could tell you quit this, that. I've had so many people tell me to quit, you know. You just gotta block all of that shit out, literally block all of it out and just keep pushing, you know. You could actually really be something, you know. You just need to have that strong mindset, know what you're doing, know what you want, and yeah, just manifest it, and you know, hopefully everything goes your way.
That's the way, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, what advice would you give like when it comes like to mixing kicks? Because I heard that kick before and that was, listen, blowing up my ears. So.
What, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a good thing.
Oh, it's a good thing. So, me, bro, I feel like I just turn up the EQ. I don't really do too much on my kick. I just slap on the limiter and just EQ the kick a little bit, turn up like the frequencies a little bit, and make it sound nice and hard.
And it sounds proper clean, proper.
I just leave it.
You know?
But I feel like, you know what it is? It depends on the kick sample. And this is not just for kicks, this is for any sound you use in beats. You need to be very, very, you know, keen and know what kind of sound that you want. You know, I feel like a lot of producers nowadays, they just use whatever sound and just kind of hope it sounds good. Sound selection is a very underrated part of music production, and it is very important. So yeah, choosing the right sounds, and obviously if you choose a good kick, you know, I choose my kicks and just slap on an EQ and a limiter.
Do you just make the beats, or are you looking also into getting like into engineer? Like,
literally, that's what I've been learning. So like I said yesterday, I was in the studio till 4 in the morning, just engineering. And yeah, obviously I'm not an expert at it yet, but every day I'm always around engineers, you know, people like my guy 40, my guy Keeps, M's, you know, they're all like, I watch what they do and I've just learned by watching them.
Yeah.
So having them around me in my lab actually does help me a lot. And yeah, I'm trying to do this engineering thing for real. So
I feel like that's good, because that's another option, you know.
Yeah, that's another stream of income.
Now you do that,
Literally, so yeah.
That's cool. So what is your I can't live without plugin or BST?
See, I'm not really a plug-in guy like that. I just mainly use stocks, I can't lie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally, but more time is...
Because where do you produce, like, mainly? Logic,
yeah.
Okay.
But...
So do you mix like really straight from the Logic?
I make a beat and just mix how I go on, really. But for the most part, my mix is just really stock plugins. Like with the mix, I try not to do too much. I just try to have it, you know, sound cool. You know, I know that there will be some producers that hear that, like, what the fuck, you need to have this on the kick and this is a... Just chill out. Like, you know, just as long as it sounds cool, it doesn't sound horrible. Yeah. For me, I just...
It's like less is more, no?
Yeah, less is more. I always like to keep my beats simple, you know. I don't like to overdo them. But,
what plugin or BST do you think is overrated?
Ooh, Omnis.
Because I know you said you don't use like much.
Omnis, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a lot of the sounds in that shit, in my opinion. Yeah, personally, just personally, you know. But each to their own, you know. Everyone can have their own.
Yeah. Come on. And okay, so what was more like for you when selling beats, like through BeatStars or through your own YouTube channel?
I mean, my BeatStars was linked to my YouTube channel, so I posted it on YouTube and then put the BeatStars link in the description. You know, oh yeah, hit me up here to buy this beat, and yeah.
Okay, do you get like...
I haven't posted on YouTube in a while, I need to get back on it. But when I was posting consistently, yeah, the sales were looking and it was coming cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can we just talk now a little bit about your beat placements, you know? I wanna know, how did you get that placement with Meek Mill and Uzi?
Meek Mill and Uzi. Do you want me to be 100% honest with you?
100%.
That placement came off of YouTube.
Oh, is it?
Literally. Wow. I posted that beat on YouTube. It was a D-Fang X B-Love type beat. Slapped it onto YouTube. You know, first the beat just done average, like same as every other beat. Over time it started picking up a little bit. I had an artist called Cashh. He made the song Rosa with that beat, and that kind of brought a lot of hype towards that beat. You know, he's big in New York, so it brought quite a bit of hype to that beat. That beat ended up doing more and more numbers. Then it hit like 200k views. And then yeah, I remember, you know, looking through my notifications and seeing someone tag me in a post. I look at literally nothing, just at Yjaybeats, just my name. I'm like, okay, cool, what's this? I look at the post, I see Meek Mill snippet. I'm like, okay. I hear my tag, I'm like, okay, what the fuck? I didn't know about this. And I was over the moon. I can't. I was like, I never thought nothing like that would ever be possible for someone like me at my age, from England, from a whole different continent. You know, that was crazy to me. So, yeah, I was ecstatic. Can't lie. But yeah, it literally came just from YouTube. So, yo, stay posting on YouTube. YouTube is so underrated. Trust me. I'm telling you.
And then you got the placement with Asían Doll. Like,
Asían Doll, yeah.
How that happened also?
That was just through Russ, really. You know, Russ was working on his tape and we did beat packs. You know, me and co-producers Josh and Chi. You know, we just kind of got together. Yeah, they made a couple of beats and sent it over to Russ. And Russ must have gotten Asían Doll on it. And yeah, but I don't actually know if she's still on that song. I'm not 100%. Maybe she is. Maybe she's not. I guess we have to wait and see.
Yeah, but still, you know, come on, you got it. Like, I saw that you work also with B-Love. Like, you basically work a lot with American artists.
Yeah, literally, that's because when I started posting on YouTube, I was posting a lot of American beats. You know, when the sample drill wave was popping, you know, people like K-Flow, B-Love, D-Fang, was kind of running things. I was just posting beats like that, and ended up kind of picking up a bit of steam out in America. Started, you know, getting introduced to American artists like Yjaybeats or whatever. And yeah, literally just
wow, you're doing really good though.
Thank you.
Big up your team too, you know?
Thank you, shout out.
Yeah, shout out. FL or Logic?
Oof. Okay, me personally, I started on Logic, so Logic is kind of what I know. So for me, I'd say Logic, but you know, seeing what other producers do on FL is definitely better for me.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
I'm a Logic though.
Yeah, me too. Logic's the way.
Melodies or drums?
Drums.
Loops or samples?
Well, when you say samples, you mean just...
Like, okay, cool. Yeah, loops or samples, because like, when I'm saying like loops, let's say like, make loops or loops like out of samples?
Ooh, no, I'll say loops though. I like working with people, you know, I've got my go-to loop makers, you know. Shout out like Ludo, Ron, How, J1, you know, they're my go-tos. But, you know, if someone sends me a loop and I feel like, yeah, this is cold, why would I not use it?
Yeah,
I'm always open to working with everybody, so yeah, I'm happy.
Okay, software instruments or natural instruments?
I can't lie, I prefer just slapping it onto my laptop, so trying to be honest.
Like quick and, you know. Okay, home studio or outside studio?
For making beats, home studio, I just like being in my zone, my own little space. And yeah, but for sessions, I love being in the studio. The studio is where I feel happiest, so I just, yeah, studio really. It's best a mix of both.
Okay, headphones or speakers?
Speakers.
Recording vocals in the studio or vocal stems?
Studio. I hate stems.
Collab or solo?
Both.
Okay. Nexus or Omnisphere?
Nexus.
Independent or signed?
Ooh, that's a bit of a tricky question. Can't lie. Depends.
What
It
would
all
you
depends.
like?
It all depends. It all depends who I'm signing to. It depends on where I've got myself independently. You know, there's a lot of factors to that question, so I can't really give you a specific answer. But you know, it all depends.
What, like right now you're independent?
Right now, yeah, I'm not signed to no one.
Okay, so what are you looking like for?
I'm open. You know, I'm always open. Like I said, I'm always open to working. But like I said, I need to just find a strong team around me, and you know, if you're not ready for that, then I'm not gonna be interested. You know.
Yeah, that's good though. Okay, like, what do you see yourself like in the next 5 years?
Hopefully living it up somewhere in Dubai or something, just hella money, just living nice, you know, taking care of my family, taking care of my friends, you know, flying out, just enjoying life really, and just doing what I love, which is music. So, yeah.
Do you have any advice like for young or up and coming producers, you know, that wants to start or they already starting in the music industry?
Say, look, if you're an up and coming producer, just get your name out there as much as possible. Just be around, work with people, never be shy to work with anyone. You know, always you need to be smart and move diligent, obviously, but you know, always be open, collab. Just get your name out there, post as much as you can. YouTube is a very, very good one. You know, with YouTube, all it takes is one beat to go viral and boom.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say just be consistent. You know, obviously it's gonna take a long time. Like I said, it took me 2 years for me to get my first ever placement at 100 beats. So it's gonna take time, but if you're really with it and then you actually wanna do this, then yeah, just stay consistent. Just network. You know, meet as many people as possible. Meet producers, meet, you know, artists, build relationships, and then yeah, literally just that.
Is there anywhere like producers can send you loops? Like...
Yeah, I got my loop in more. So yeah,
So
loops for YJ with the number 4 at gmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your socials?
Yjay.beats, that's YJAY, my name's spelled a little bit funny. YJAY.beats, and YouTube just Yjaybeats, Snapchat Yjaybeats.
Okay, cool. Do you have any question for us, or would you like for us to apply something extra like for the podcast? Or
I say you lot should do like podcasts with collectives. No, I've never seen a producer collective podcast before. You know, get a team that's just, that you know is running shit. You know, I don't know, like a duo maybe. You know, like a YJ, not me, the other YJ. Them two, you know, like that's a dynamic duo right there, kind of thing. Or like Nonzo and Minaj kind of thing, dynamic duos like that. Just get them in together, see what kind of content you can get from that, you know.
No, that's a good one though.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I'll definitely look into it. So I wanted for you to do like a little breakdown of Meek Mill's and Lil Uzi Vert song.
Sure.
So we're just gonna go with it. Yeah.
Come. Well, essentially, when I made this beat, I started off with the sample here, literally just vocals and the guitar, and yeah, from then I moved over to the hi-hats here. After the hats, we got the clap / snare. And then from then we got just a couple percussion, you know, nothing too crazy, keep it simple. And then after that, I did the kicking 808. Together the beat comes in and sounds like this.
So, got bare bomb bang for